All right, ready to dive in. We're tackling fire protection technician interviews today.
Big day for someone out there.
Absolutely. And we've got RoleCatcher's resources to help them ace it, career guide, interview guide, even some AI stuff.
Really a full toolkit.
Definitely. But first, what is a fire protection technician actually do?
Well, the career guide says think safety guardians.
Okay, I like.
Installing, inspecting, maintaining all those systems, extinguishers, alarms, sprinklers, all of it.
Got it. So like in buildings?
Exactly. Office buildings, hospitals, schools.
Essential stuff.
And get this, even oil rigs.
You're kidding. That's pretty diverse.
Super diverse.
Okay, so we know what they do, but what's the job really like?
Well, the career guide says job security is a huge plus.
Makes sense. Buildings aren't going anywhere.
Right. Plus, the salary's pretty competitive.
Nice.
But honestly, it's more than that.
Oh.
There's a real sense of, fulfillment, knowing you're keeping people safe.
Definitely a job with purpose.
Yeah.
But what about the downsides?
It can be physically demanding, no doubt. Heavy equipment, sometimes working in awkward spots.
Really?
And heights, sometimes. Plus, potential for stress is there.
Yeah, I can see that.
When those alarms go off, it's go time. Doesn't matter what time it is.
So if you're listening, really think about it. Is this a good fit for you?
Exactly. Do you like hands-on work? Can you handle pressure? Important questions.
Totally. But, okay, let's say you're all in. How do you nail that interview?
That's where the interview guide shines. Packed with sample questions.
Oh, love those.
Then advice on how to approach them, plus what not to do, which is super helpful.
I bet. Let's look at some, shall we?
Let's do it. Okay, first one. What inspired you to become a fire protection technician?
Classic. And I feel like a lot of people mess this one up.
Totally. They give generic answers, but remember that sense of purpose we talked about.
Yeah, the keeping people safe part.
Exactly. The interview guide says play that up.
Show your passion.
Yes. And maybe even tell a personal story.
Oh, stories are great.
Right. So instead of just saying, I'm good with tools, you could talk about, I don't know, seeing a fire as a kid.
Oh, yeah, and how that sparked your interest in prevention.
Exactly. Make it real, make it memorable.
Love it. Next question. What relevant training and certifications do you have? This one seems simpler.
It is, but you can still stand out. Don't just list things.
Explain them.
Yes. And how they've prepared you for this role specifically. The career guide actually mentions a couple, NICET and CFPS.
Those ring a bell.
They're big in the industry, so if you have them, flaunt them.
Okay, pro tip noted. All right, this one's interesting. How do you stay up to date with the latest fire protection technology advancements? Why are they asking that, you think?
Because things change fast.
Right.
New tech all the time, like smart fire detection systems. Employers want to know you're keeping up.
Makes sense. So how do we answer that well?
Be proactive. Talk about attending conferences, reading industry publications.
Showing you're invested.
Exactly. The career guide actually highlights those things too. Like they're giving you the roadmap.
Nice. All right, let's get technical. What do you think are the most common causes of fire, and how can they be prevented? Time to drop some knowledge.
Career guide to the rescue.
It's got all the answers?
The big ones are electrical faults, unattended cooking.
Oh, yeah, classic mistakes.
Then there's smoking materials, heating equipment, basic carelessness.
Right, being unaware of hazards.
Exactly. So list those causes, then hit them with prevention strategies.
Like check your wiring regularly, stuff like that.
Yep. And store flammable stuff properly. Show them you understand the why and the how.
Got it. Okay, this one's about you. What do you think are the 3 most important qualities for a fire protection technician? That seems kind of subjective.
It is, but the interview guide has some hints. Attention to detail is huge EE.
Yeah, one tiny mistake could be disastrous.
Exactly. And the career guide talks about understanding building construction, blueprints.
Right, it's not just about the equipment itself.
Nope. It's how it all fits together. They also mention problem-solving, communication skills.
All super important. You're dealing with all sorts of people on the job.
All the time. Facility managers, colleagues, emergency responders.
Right, right. Okay, let's try a behavioral one. Have you ever had to deal with a difficult customer or colleague? How did you handle the situation? These always make me nervous.
It's a classic, but it's all about showing you can be professional under pressure.
I guess so.
Remember that typical interactions section in the career guide?
Vaguely.
It talks about working with all those folks, facility managers, building owners, and so on. Have you had any tricky situations with those types?
Oh, that's smart. Connect it back to the job.
Yeah.
So not like arguing with your roommate about dishes.
Exactly. More like navigating a disagreement with a building manager about a safety inspection.
And then how you stayed calm, communicated well, found a solution.
Precisely. That's what they want to see. This is where that RoleCatcher AI could be really useful.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that before.
It can help tailor your answers, highlight the right skills.
So it's like a personal interview coach, but powered by AI.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. Okay, we've covered a lot, but there's more to come. More questions, more AI magic. We're just going to keep rolling right into part 2.
Let's do it. Okay, so more questions. This one's a good one. Can you describe a project you worked on that you are particularly proud of?
Oh, yeah, this is your chance to brag a little.
Well,
Subtly, of course.
subtly, for sure. But the interview guide says pick something that shows off your skills, your accomplishments.
Right, make it relevant.
Totally. And think back to the career guide, that section on functions and core abilities. What was it called?
Yeah, functions and core abilities.
Right. Did you, like, lead a big sprinkler system installation?
Ooh, yeah. Or maybe you created a fire safety training program for, like, employees or something.
Exactly. Those are the things that'll impress them.
And don't just say what you did. Explain your role. You know,
Yeah.
what were the tough parts? What went well?
Oh, and numbers. Numbers are good.
Like, quantify your achievements.
Yes. So instead of I installed a fire alarm system, it's I led the installation of a new system in a 10-story building.
And we finished 2 weeks ahead of schedule.
Boom! Way better.
Much better.
Okay.
Next question. How do you ensure compliance with safety regulations and codes? I mean, you just DO, right?
You'd think so, but there's a deeper point here. Both the career guide and the interview guide stress staying up to date
Oh, yeah. Things change.
all the time. So they
Yeah.
want to see you're on top of it.
So how do we show that?
Talk about how you actively seek out information. Do you check updated codes regularly?
Attend training?
Yep. Maybe you're part of a professional organization that gives you updates, stuff like that.
Show them you're not just winging it.
Exactly. You could even mention specific websites, publications you follow.
Right. Prove you're serious about it. Okay, last one from the interview guide. What do you think are the greatest challenges facing the fire protection industry today?
Ooh, this is a big picture question.
Show them you're thinking ahead. The career guide mentions smart fire detection systems.
Right. So you could talk about, like, integrating those with older systems.
The challenges of that.
Yeah, or the need for specialized training, all that.
But it doesn't have to be just tech, right?
No, totally. It could be budget stuff or how regulations are always changing.
Or even just finding good technicians, because it's a competitive field.
Exactly. Show them you get it. Okay, so we've done all 10 questions from the interview guide.
Phew, that's a lot. But I think our listeners are ready for anything now.
I hope so. But RoleCatcher's got more to offer, remember, the AI stuff.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about that.
So imagine this. You upload your CV, and the AI gives you personalized feedback.
Wait, seriously?
Seriously. It analyzes it, sees what skills you're missing.
And helps you fill those gaps.
Well, it suggests improvements. Makes it more attractive to employers.
So it's like a CV makeover?
Kind of, but tailored to the specific job you want.
That's awesome. So it's not just about interview answers.
No, it's your whole application. And there's even more if you upgrade to Copilot AI.
Oh, what's that do?
It gives you, like, super specific interview tips, even practice simulations.
So you can build your confidence.
Exactly. And get this, it even helps with salary negotiation.
Whoa, that's next level. So RoleCatcher is really a game changer for anyone serious about this career.
I'd say so. You take what we've discussed today, add the AI power.
You're practically unstoppable. Okay, I'm feeling pretty fired up now, pun intended.
Nice one. But before we wrap up, there's one last thing, career progression. The career guide mentioned it.
Oh, yeah, getting the job is just step one.
Exactly. What comes next? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years?
Supervisor, manager.
Maybe even starting your own fire protection business.
Ooh, that's a good one. Think big picture.
So while you're prepping for this interview, don't just focus on the now. Think long term.
How does this job fit into your goal?
Exactly. It's about having a vision.
Okay, so think about it. You've got all these awesome resources from RoleCatcher.
Yeah, all the tips and tricks.
You've got our expert insights from this deep dive.
Hopefully some good stuff in there.
And most importantly, you've got the drive, the passion for this career.
That's the key ingredient.
Absolutely. So what's the next step?
Well, take the interview guide, really practice those answers.
Nail those key points we talked about.
And then let that RoleCatcher AI do its thing.
Optimize that CV.
Exactly. Get all that personalized feedback. And then walk into that interview like you own the place.
Confidence is key.
It really is. And remember, it's not just about getting this one job.
Right. It's about the bigger picture.
Your whole career. Keep those long-term goals in mind.
Yeah. Let that fuel your fire.
Literally.
All right. So to everyone listening out there, getting ready for their fire protection technician interview,
Good luck.
we're rooting for you. Go show them what you've got. Your skills, your knowledge, your enthusiasm.
Knock 'em dead.
And, hey, maybe someday you'll be the one inspiring the next generation of fire protection technicians.
Passing on the torch.
That's what it's all about. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of fire protection technicians.
Hope you enjoyed the ride.
We had a blast. We hope you found it helpful, informative.
And yeah, maybe a little inspiring.
Until next time, stay curious, keep learning.
And keep those career fires burning.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.